So in this video today, I'm going to show you a way that I've hacked the WordPress editor in a way that allows me to write blog posts faster and write longer blog posts in a more organized manner. And by the end of this video, you should be able to do the same. All you need to do is get a little bit of code that I'm going to show you where to get it in this video. You copy and paste that into your website and you should be writing longer blog posts faster. This is your normal blog post, probably what you're used to writing, but this is how I currently write my blog posts. Like this. So I have a table of contents here that is stickied on the left-hand side, and I go down, and as I write headings, so if we go to the very bottom here and I write a new heading, you'll see that it adds over here live. So if I go here and I add a H2 and I say this is my test heading, you can see that it is updating over here. So this sticky table of contents in the editor, this was the number one reason and is the number one reason that I'm able to go out and write more content faster in my WordPress website that is more structured and thus easier for my reader to consume. If I just do a quick review of the way that I've structured this review of the Bricks Builder page builder, I actually decided to make my H2s into web developers and web designers. So here's the web designers. So Bricks Builder, page builder, H2, web designers, and then the H3s under here are the benefits that Bricks Builder offers web designers. Web developers, these are the H3s that Bricks Builder offers web designers. So my brain, I'm not very good at abstractly putting things in my head and then going to it. I really just need to work on a page and just copy and paste things and reorganize things until I get it to how it works. And this here, breaking it out just like this simple thing that probably makes sense now. You're like, well, that would be obvious. I wouldn't have been able to, I don't think, achieve this structure here that makes sense without having this sticky feature here and being able to, just go on the fly and just constantly change and see how my post was structured over here. So now what I want to do is quickly show you how to go and copy and paste some code into your website to create this. It's very simple. It's just a bit of CSS. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and quickly try and just come up with a blog post on the fly and use this so I can give you some ideas of how you might use this to write content faster and long blog posts in a more structured way. Now, in the description below under this video, I'm going to link you to a blog post that has all the code that you need to copy and paste. You can go to my website also and go to tutorials and tips up here. And then you can search for sticky table of contents inside the WordPress editor. So go sticky and it will be the first one here. So click on that and then we'll go down. So this is literally all the code we need, a little bit of CSS. So let's go ahead and implement this into my staging website. So here I am in my staging website, and the first thing that we need to do is install one plugin. And this is probably a plugin that you probably already have installed because it's the most popular Gutenberg add-on plugin. So to do that, we're going to go to plugins and then add new. And I normally search for ultimate add-ons for Gutenberg, but this plugin has actually been renamed to Spectra. So you want to go to your plugins and go Spectra and search for that. And then you want to install this one here. So if you're a little bit confused and you have ultimate add-ons for Gutenberg, Spectra is just the new renamed version of that same plugin. So you just want to install this here. Once you have that installed, now you'll be able to go to posts and add new. And now we can go test review, which would be here. I'm just going to do a test post. And then here you want to search for table of contents. So this here is a element for Gutenberg that comes installed with the Spectra plugin. So you just want to click this and now that's added into your page. This is the table of contents. So now what happens here is if we go over to here and we add a new paragraph. So now let's go and quickly create a outline here. So let's just say we're going to do the video review, because for all my big reviews, I usually do a YouTube video and I embed that YouTube video into the blog post. And then here, let's do the first list and we'll go pros for a developer. And then over here, we'll go H3s and we'll go pro 1 and here pro 2. And then let's just do one more. So I'll just duplicate that and do 3 there. And in case you're not familiar with them, they're probably the 2 shortcuts that I use the most. So when you're in the Gutenberg editor, if you do a /, it brings up your list of elements there and then you can start typing. So if I go table of contents, there it is there. So that's how I'm doing that. So I usually do like a /. So I usually do / and then H2 for a H2 heading and you press enter and now it's a H2. Or you could just go back and go / H3 and now you're adding a H3 in case you didn't know that. Another one that I use a lot is if we go up here, you can go Command-Shift-D and that just duplicates down the page like that. So I'll just undo that. But yeah, I just thought I'd point that out there. So we have 3 of them there. So let's just get this and I'm just going to duplicate all of them down there and we'll go pros for a designer like that. And there it is there. There's our table of contents. So let's go ahead and sticky this to the side now. So to do that, I'm just going to quickly publish this and publish that. And then we're going to go back to my blog post, which is here. And we're going to copy this CSS code from the blog post. So go copy, and then we're going to go back to our staging website. And then for me, I'm going to go to WP Codebox. Now, WP Codebox is where I add all my custom PHP, JavaScript, and CSS files. It's starting to get a lot of traction in the WordPress community, and for good reason. Like, it really is one of my favorite plugins for WordPress. If you're doing any customizations to your website, this is going to be a game changer. It's $39 for a one-site license for a lifetime deal. So I'll link to the lifetime deal in the description below. But I have a lot of videos here on YouTube that cover, how I use this and stuff, but definitely recommend checking this out. So we're going to click add new snippet, and then over here, we're going to do CSS, and this is going to be admin only because I only want to load the CSS in the admin area, the Gutenberg editor. And then here it's going to be CSS, and then I'm going to just leave that inline. You could do an external file, but for the admin area, I don't really worry about that. And then I'll just do it in the header 10. And then here, I'm going to load it only in the admin area. So it's not loading when somebody views my blog post and reads it. It's only loading in the admin area when I'm writing the blog post. And then I'm going to go up to here and paste that CSS. Then we'll go save, and then we'll turn that on and save again. Now that's done. And now we're going to go back to here, and I'm just going to reload this blog post that we're doing. And there it is there. So the first thing that you will notice is that we have this padding on the left-hand side now for this table of contents to move into, but it hasn't moved there. So all you need to do now, after you add that CSS into your website, all you need to do now is when you're writing a blog post, you just click on your table of contents element, and then you go to advanced and scroll down. And I'll just zoom in a little bit. So here under advanced additional CSS, I just add the class sticky like that. And now that pulls to the left-hand side. Now I can just update that, and that's all good to go. So now if you view the post on the front end, you can see that our table of contents is where we put it into our blog post when we're writing it. And then we have our content underneath. Now, what I do personally is because I have this table of contents down the bottom here with my design, I go back to the editor, and then this here, if we get rid of the sticky class, just to show you where it is on the page. So I'll usually move that all the way down to the bottom. So it's at the bottom there, and you can add that sticky class again. So it's there. If you're ever wondering where it is, you can just click here to see the tree, and you can drag it this way. So I'll just drag it down the bottom there usually as well. And then what happens is, because it's still going to update on the front end, but I have my other table of contents feature there, I just go ahead and go to advanced and come down here and display conditions for the table of contents module. I go to user state, and then I go hide from logged out users and click update. So what that means is I'm logged into my website. I can see it on the front end, but people that are logged out and just landing from Google and stuff, they don't see it on the front end, and then they can just use the one that I want them to use, which is this one here. Now, if you have people logging into your website and they can log in to, get membership content, and most readers or a big majority of your readers are logging in, then that's where you'd weigh up and go, okay, well, maybe put in a bit of effort to not show this, on the front end of your website. There's probably a really easy way to do that. I've just never bothered doing it because it's not really bothering me now. But I'm sure there'd be a way for you to come into here and, make it so that this only shows in the admin area and not for any front-end users. Let me know in the comments below if you use my code here and then build upon that and implement that. I'd probably implement it, but yeah, I'm not going to go out my way to try and work that out for this video here. So now this is all done. This is all ready to go. So if we go new and then post, I'd go in here and go new post 2. And then here I'll write a bit of text, and then I'll just go / table of contents. I add that in there. So there it is there. I'll click, and then I go down to advanced, and then I just write the word sticky over here. And then I go display conditions, user state, and then I go hide from logged out users. And then that's all good to go. Now I can start writing my content. So I can go up here and go, intro here, and then I'll go H2. This is a H2, and then I'll go H3 like that. And then we can do a H4. That's going to indent as well. Then we can go H2 like that. So it really is an easy way for you to go out and organize your blog post, because as you write, it's updating live here, and you can see the structure of your blog post. It's just made a night and day difference for me, how my brain works, how I'm able to write blog posts, and hopefully it does the same for you. Don't forget, in the description below under this video, I'm going to leave a link so you can copy and paste this CSS code into your website. And also, I would recommend checking out WP Codebox. I'll leave a link in the description below. If you go there today, they have 20% off their lifetime deals. If you go to pricing, you can see that's $39 for one site. They have this really cool thing where if you're using multiple websites, you can get one of these other plans, and then you can save your snippets. So if we go back to WP Codebox, all of these are snippets. You're able to save these to the cloud, and then on your other websites that you have WP Codebox installed, you can bring snippets down from the cloud into each website. So you only have to write the snippet once, and you can use it in multiple websites. It's really, really good, because obviously we're using, the same snippets throughout all the websites that we're building building based on the types of websites we build. It really is a good plugin, and don't forget to join their Facebook group. You'll see the developer is really active in there. If you're looking for something else to do right now, I'm going to leave a link to this video here on the screen in a second. This, I didn't really give it a good title, so it doesn't have that many views. It's one of my favorite videos, and it's one of the most important videos that covers one of the easiest ways that you can go out and make more profit with your WooCommerce website. It's just clicking a few buttons to add an upsell in your checkout form, in your WooCommerce checkout form, and they're highly effective. They convert at a high conversion rate. So I'll leave a link to that video now. I'll see you guys in that video.